comes next. By the way, yeah, I did back this world up just a second ago. So, if anything happens, like, you know, power gets butt effed by nature, you know, hopefully you'll stay cool. So look at this. Season 1, episode... Come on. Episode 6 in Maka, no views. Episode 7, 2. 8 is 1, and then I won a game in Apex using the Trident glitch at 60 views, averaging 10 views a day. Now, you know, people may be like, oh, that's not a lot of views. You should go die at the bottom of a hole. Well, guess what? I've already died at the bottom of a hole, and that hole is called Illinois. And I have died inside because my heart is dark and depressing. Now, I know it's weird to be hearing this, but from this video, I am sorry if I did use exploits. I don't, as much as it's fun, I don't really want to use too much exploits. Because, you know, as fun as the exploits are, it ruins the game for other players. I mean, I might do it again sometime, but like that glitch is almost harmless. But if you know, I did aimbot, I don't know if I would think I'd be comfortable with myself. Cause, you know, aimbot's an actual bad cheat. The only reason I did it is because no one's backlash me, but the only reason I did do this exploit was I saw somebody who was sponsored by EA, which I'm not saying if someone gets sponsored by EA, you have the right to do something. And yes, it doesn't. But whatever. Just saying, if anybody was mad at me, I hope that's cleared. You know what? If you ever watch this, I have a job for you. If you want a suggestion for any kid-friendly material, please go to my Instagram, Lord Abbott CA, I think. I'm not sure. And drop a suggestion. Because it's going to be cool if your idea gets featured in my videos. If I even look at Instagram. Today I really wanted to be I am getting into the Call of Duty franchise, so enjoy, guys. I'm getting into Warzone because I like Warzone. I wanted to mess around with guns, and you know, you can mod guns a lot. So yes. I know it's hard. I don't want to promise it because, you know, people are gonna be like, "Oh, you didn't deliver." But I am trying to make a 2020 compilation of all the funny moments and clips I did. Sorry for not doing it. But, you know, trust me, I just like to play games. You'd rather be playing games than sitting down and editing a video. But I will be trying to push it out, because here's the thing, that video is going to be like 60 minutes long. I'm going to add some music from Nikki Doling. It will be 60 minutes. I know it's bad. Because, you know, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to have to export it. Then I'm going to have to download it on my phone. I'm going to export the prototypes. I'm going to download it on my phone. I'm going to have to put the music on. And I'm going to have to wait hours and hours just to upload it. Another thing is, I want to give a big shout out. And this shout out today goes to Martin Luther King Jr. for establishing racial equality. Because, man, it's hard to imagine if he wasn't alive or any other people who didn't protest. Well, if anyone who did not protest against... Oh my god! Talk, brain! If anyone of the black activists did not exist, we'd be living in a horrible society. Because I think black men are just as capable as white men. And as I have actually said before, I don't stand on I don't stand on the side of white people or black people or men and women. I stand on the side of mankind. Because in my opinion, there are no sides. There's only mankind. Let's be honest. This civilization doesn't build itself, right? be honest, our civilization may not be able to be run by just black men or white men or women or men. We have to all come together for a common cause. I'm not saying any one of these groups are incapable. Everyone's capable. As long as you have 2 arms, 2 legs, a body and a head, and some squishy in this skull, you are a part of mankind. And I say thanks. If only he was alive today, I would thank him. Because imagine that, like, if you spoke, or if you did something, you're gonna get shunned. And the fact of groups like the KKK, like, if you spoke out about something, they could basically go to your house and kill you, burn your house down, kill your family. It's just what a horrible, like, can you, like, sit back and realize how, like, we were, like, the land of the free, but we enslaved people. Like, that's kind of, well, as we call today, clickbait. I guess, but whatever. Like, I believe we should respect those who were once slaves, because slaves actually built this nation. Slaves helped build the nation, and I think they need to be respected for that. And for all those black men and women who have lost their lives, you've been honored. You will not be forgotten. You will not be shunned. Hey, I'm reacting to Scrubby. Scrubs never steal from a gamer. Oh boy. I want to know what happens here.
What's going on, guys? It's your boy Scrubs here back again with another video.
I'm not really as good at Call of Duty as I thought I'd be, but I'm gonna need to perfect.
Petty story on my part about how I got revenge on this guy who stole my CS:GO skin from me when I was in high school. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty petty, but I'm gonna be honest. Moral of the story: you should never steal someone's skins. Okay, that's just too precious to who they are. Regardless, it should be a pretty fun video. I'm pretty sure you guys are gonna enjoy it. And yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. But be sure to press the like button. Otherwise, no joke, no scam.
Oh, hey, President Trump only has like 2 days left in office, I guess.
Yeah, let's go.
I hope
Today I've got a story
it's not gonna be hell.
sweet revenge, and
Wanted. I have a wanted, and I want some. No, who is wanted? Not someone, something. I want a Charles Daly NS4 shotgun.
It was just a really fun game,
I'm
and
really.
at the time the competitive scene was like super popping and everybody was playing.
I'm getting ready to buy that shotgun.
2016,
I have stacked cash to build that. Get that shotgun. I know it's weird. I might destroy fruits and melons in my videos, but I'm gonna see if I can. I'm gonna try to limit the amount of food I destroy in my videos, because, to be honest, it kind of makes me upset to see that there's like these guys had melons and they wasted a bunch of melons. Like, if you actually think about this, like, you spent like months to grow, and for somebody to just shoot it, like, well, I don't kill any monkeys, but there's this thing on my property we nickname monkey brains, and they're actually just hedgehog. Are they hedgehog apples? I don't know what they're called. They're like, there's these green. I don't know what it is. They're not walnuts. Like, I don't know. They're these green balls about the size of a softball, and they grow on this tree. Oh my god. Osa. Is that what it's called? Oh my god! iPad. The Osage orange. Macula pomifera is commonly known as Osage orange. Horse apples, hedge or hedge apples tree is a small deciduous tree or large shrub typically growing to 8 to 15 meters tall. This is what I was looking for. This is what they look like. We call these fruits monkey brains. And, well, kind of. There's these green fruits and they grow on these trees in my home state of Illinois. And my god, what they're fun to do is just take them, put them on a metal pike, and just shoot them. And they just explode everywhere. And trust me, these things, they go rotten. They are disgusting. They're like everywhere, like they're basically like, imagine a softball. You could take, technically, if you really wanted to, you could take one of these fruits, throw them at somebody, and probably like bust their head open if you have that enough force. These things are like little baseballs.
Understand that if you're gonna play a game a lot, you kind of end up just spending money on skins. Yes, it's dumb. Yes, you shouldn't do it. But I'm weak. I'm just a man. All right. I'm mortal. I fall to the pressure of wanting to look cool in a video game. All right. And I had a job at the time at the grocery store that I've talked about before, and I was making money, so I ended up buying.
Okay, so these buildings are facing that way and that way. I want this block to face this way and that way. Huh? I do not understand CSGO. Oh, let's just playing Call of Duty. I'm gonna admit, the Call of Duty, I've tried it. AK is powerful. I'm gonna admit. And plus, moving in that game to me feels weird. I bet you there's a lot of people that are gonna be like, oh, it's not weird. I cannot move in that game. It's like I'm handicapped.
my stupidity level was still pretty up there. Anyways, after a week, I know that my item is able to be traded back, so I go to message him on Steam and just ask him to trade it back, dude, and wouldn't you know it, I am blocked on Steam. Dude, he had blocked me on Steam, so at this point, I'm starting to freak out a little bit, because he has my knife, and I'm blocked, so I really have no way to message him on the internet, like on Steam. So I figure at this point, you know, maybe it's a mistake, considering the dude has my $250 CSGO skin he promised to trade back. So I go to send him a text message, and we both had iPhones, and when that happens, it's supposed to go through blue. It's supposed to be an iMessage, and sure enough, it goes green and says not delivered, which is what happens when someone blocks your number. So at this point, he's blocked me on Steam, he's blocked my number, I check Twitter, I check Instagram, I check basically every way that I have to get in contact with this guy, and I am blocked on literally every single one. Like, I have no way to get in touch with him, and I realize that he's just trying to take off and run with my stuff at this point. The only problem is, and I don't know if he realized this, like, probably not, it seems like his brain just couldn't wrap his mind around the fact of this, is I knew him in real life. Like, we went to school together, so even if you have me blocked on Steam and Twitter and Instagram and my phone number's blocked, I can still walk up to you at school and be like, why are you trying to steal my stuff? You know what I mean? And that's why I had given it to him in the first place, because, yeah, if you trust someone online that, like, if they take your stuff, you have nothing you can do about it, then, yeah, that sucks. But, like, I know him in real life, so even though he's blocked me on everything, I'm pissed at this point, because I know he's trying to steal from me, but I do know that I can just walk up to him in person, dude. Like, yes, yeah, you can block me on Steam and my phone number, but I still
I want to try
know
something.
you. Like, I know who you are. So the next day, I get to school and start looking for him, because, you know, I am pissed, I want my stuff back. And I'm not even kidding, the spot that he's usually at every morning, I had, like, seen him hanging out with his other friends before, dude, he's not at. He's literally hiding from me somewhere, because he knows that I'm looking for him, and he knows that he's in the wrong. Like, he knows he's stolen my stuff, and, you know, I'm asking his friends, like, where is he? And they're all, you know, when I go up to them and asking where he is, they're like, I don't know, I haven't seen him, but they're all looking kind of nervous, as if he told them that I was going to come looking for him, you know? So they're all like, I don't know, and he's, like, hiding from me, because he knows that I'm pissed. He knows
Ah,
that I'm
ow.
upset about it, because he's stealing from me, and it was an expensive knife, like $250 knife. Yes, I was really into the game.
Oh my god.
In retrospect, was it a little too much money for a knife? Yeah, probably. I'm not gonna lie, my knives now are worth more than that, so I didn't even learn a lesson really on that front. But regardless, I'm pissed because, you know, I wasn't a YouTuber at the time, so like a $250 knife was a week's worth of working for me when I was working overtime at nights and then still having to go to school the next day. So yeah, I was pretty pissed off that somebody had like taken my hard work and tried to run off with it, especially because it was somebody that I was trying to be nice to, you know, like to add insult to injury. Someone stealing from you with
God, that sucks, man. When you have like some expensive crap in a video game and somebody has like, oh, I cannot work. I cannot get my own stuff. I'm going to steal somebody other's things. My God, man, that sucks. Rip Scrubs. Rip Ryan.
finally at lunch I see him, and I don't think he knew we had to take lunch period, so I walk over to him and I'm like, bro, you need to give me my stuff back.
And yes, welcome back.
You blocked me on everything, you're trying to hide from me. It's not sick. Give me my stuff back. I'm not playing around. And he's like sitting with his friends, you know, so obviously I think he wanted to
I'm not a pro at CSGO. I don't know what that means. I thought I knew it for a few days. I forgot now. Nope. Don't know it.
So if I'm pathetic for buying it, that means that you are equally pathetic. And even then, dude, like, you really think this looks cool in front of your friends admitting that you stole something, but oh, you're a nerd? Like, I don't know about you, dude. If I was friends with somebody and somebody came up to them and said, why?
Oh, Counter-Strike. Okay, I remember. Counter-Strike.
I'm not gonna be friends with that person.
Counter-Strike Go.
That's super not.
What is that, like Call of Duty?
I don't know, man.
Refresh me. I am little brain.
Like something that they value, whether or not it's on a video game, just isn't cool, especially when it can be traded for real life money. Like, CSGO skins, you can sell to people, especially at the time there were websites that could automatically, like, cash out your skins and whatnot. So he did basically steal money from me. Like, there's no way around it, but of course, in front of his friends, he's like, yeah, you giant nerd, who cares if somebody stole a video game item? LMAO, like, how pathetic, ha ha ha. Yeah, you got me, man. How pathetic for regardless, I think he forgot that, like, you know, I can just talk very well, you know. So I just kind of started roasting him, and I explained, yes, CSGO items are worth real money, though, because there's websites that will PayPal you out. So I replied to him with the cost and explained how you swore you were going to give it back. I start pulling out messages of him saying he was going to trade it back. I start calling him a thief, and my job is talking. Like, I've always been pretty solid at talking. That's always kind of been my strong suit when it comes to just existing, I guess. So obviously, I start making him look pretty bad in front of my friends. Like, when somebody starts calling out someone you're friends with for stealing, and they just start looking like an idiot, and I'm pulling up receipts of him basically admitting that, you know, he was going to give it back, and now he's not. He knows that whole "you're a dumb nerd" thing, why do you care so much, suddenly doesn't look so good when you're admitting that you knew you were taking something of value from somebody, bruh. And he's starting to get mad because he knows that I'm making him look bad. He realized that he was only ever playing games with me to get my items in the first place. He doesn't even like the video games. I'm not getting it back because he's already sold it so I can go away. So basically, he admits that, like, he never liked me.
Wow.
Whatever, I don't really care. You don't like me, you don't like me. It is what
Come on, Scrubby, beat him.
my knife, took the money, and now is trying to embarrass me in front of all these people by acting like he played me to get the skins, and, you know, oh, my feelings should be all hurt, but whatever. At this point, I'm like, I gotta get you back. Especially because, dude, he was the one who was always asking to play with me. It wasn't the auto.
He's playing Minecraft gameplay.
Begging him to come play with me. So for him to insinuate that, you know, oh yeah, I played you when you were the one begging to hang out with me is just kind of a bad look. But whatever, dude. Now I've got to get back on you. If you do me that dirty, like, yes, I could be the bigger person. You're right, you know. But if I have the opportunity to screw you over at that point, I'm gonna take it. Like, yeah, I'm petty. I understand. Oh man, you should be the bigger person. The bigger person is for, like, you know, somebody cuts you off in traffic, or like you and your girlfriend break up and she starts being petty, but you guys have good memories together. If somebody plays you, was never your friend, admits that they played you the entire time, and then it's like, I stole something from you, haha, what are you gonna do about it? I feel like at that point you're allowed to be petty, you know? And if you disagree, well, that's just too bad. You're wrong. Anyways, I had a teacher that I was engaged for at the time, and I would grade tests and homework whenever I was in there. And whenever I would grade my friends' tests, you know, I wouldn't really pay too close attention. And wouldn't you know it, magically a couple of their answers would be changed to the right ones, or I would mismark an answer or two, so their grades would do better, you know? And I just did that for all my friends. It wasn't like I just did it for this guy, but like if I recognized the name and it was somebody that I was cool with, you know, and they got like a 79 on it,
Oh.
I might change an answer and make them get a B. It wasn't like I was changing grades dramatically. I wasn't giving them 100% all the time. But yeah, you know, if we're friends, and like if I'm in a position to help you out, I'm gonna help you out, because that's just what you do for your friends, right? You don't steal their video game items. Well, I don't think this guy had any idea that I was basically the only reason he was even passing one of his classes, right? So I just started grading his tests the way that he answered them, instead of trying to help him out and bump up his grade a couple percent here and there, or like make him get a B instead of a D in some instances. I didn't change his answers to wrong ones, but I just stopped helping him get answers right. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't like I went out of my way to ruin his grade. I just started giving him the grades that his brain actually deserved, and he wasn't the brightest guy in the world, considering he tried to steal my CSGO items. Not listening that, like, you know, I can walk up to him in person. So I just stopped going out of my way to boost his grades. So I'm watching his grade tank harder and harder in this class, you know? And I promise on my channels I never made his answers wrong. I didn't make him fail on purpose. I just stopped helping out his grades. And the grades start going down and down and down, and I just don't care. I ended up buying another knife with some of my money from my job, and I was just like, oh well, yeah, it was an expensive lesson to learn, but like, I'll just move on, I don't care. And one day I get on Steam to play CSGO, and I see a friend request from Michael's account, and out of humor I accept it, you know, just to be like, I wonder what this idiot wants, but yeah, I'm not gonna be friends with you anymore. Like, once you do me dirty, that's it, GG. And instantly, dude, I get a message from him apologizing for stealing my knife, saying how he knows it was messed up and he's really sorry. And listen, dude, like, I appreciate the apology. It's really cool that you realize that now, but like, I'm not gonna forgive you once you steal from me. I can't be your homie after that. It's impossible. No matter how much you apologize, no matter how much you say, like, oh, you know,
No, if someone stole that,
steal from me when we were friends,
well, how about you? If he was really sorry, give him back all that money.
you literally stole from me, like, $250 skin down the drain, man. That's
I'm sorry, but like, you can buy a frickin' snub-nosed pistol with that money. You could buy a gun with a little bit of ammo on the side.
I'm like, yeah, it was pretty
You can buy I think there's like a Firefly pistol, type of pistol with an under rail. Looks like a baby Glock, right? 200.
So he starts typing again, and I'm figuring he would at least be smart enough not to like ask for anything from the person he'd stolen from, right? Well, Peanut Brain over here decides to do a Peanut Brain thing, dude. Because the next thing he ends up asking me literally blows my mind. I do not understand how you could possibly be this like slow-brained to think that this was a good idea to ask somebody that you had literally just stolen from. So he has the balls, dude, to ask me if I can help him study for the class that he's failing because his parents are pissed. And I'm literally laughing at it reading this. You gotta be kidding me, right? How are you going to steal from me, say that you used me to get all this money and all this stuff, played me, blah, 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 which, like I said, you would always ask to hang out with me. It's not like you really, like, played me, and even then, dude, hey, if somebody just doesn't want to be my friend anymore, it's not personal. It's not like you were my girlfriend. You can't really play me. It's not like I thought you were going to be my best friend for life. We just played video games together, bro. Like, okay, man, you got me. Anyways, he does all this stuff, and then apologized, and then immediately...
I'm sorry I stole $250 worth of stuff from you, and I'm sorry, like, but can you help me, please? I only stole $250, which, let me just visualize what that money is like. I'm sorry I, like, stole, like, what, only this much cash from me? I'm so sorry. Well, that's half the money on my desk right now. I do not want to flex, man. Can this money stay together? Let's be honest. I'm gonna bet right now that most kids right now have at least 500 bucks. And trust me, I know you have at least 100 bucks because, well, your family probably opened you a union. So, truth is, you might want to ask your parents because they might actually secretly be adding money onto your accounts. And another thing is, there's a right. If someone actually gives you money, like willingly gives you money, not like in a scam, like it can't be used for scams. Like, for example, if I give someone money as a gift, and I ask for it back, they have a right to refuse. So basically, like, if you give someone a gift in money form, you can't ask for it back unless they want it to give it back. So.
I do realize that now I could just mess with this dude because he has no idea what's going on, right? And he's just an idiot, and I realize he's not very smart, so it would be very easy for me to, like, you know, just get some good revenge. So what I decided to do is pretty sweet, if you're asking me, in my opinion, and it was pretty big brain. Alright, guys, I'm gonna stop the story time for a second. On screen is a Roblox gift card. I give a gift card.
Well, my computer got bricked. What was it? Is that what the term is?
So if you're not, you should subscribe. I guess like 80% of the people who watch my videos aren't subs, so if you're enjoying it, be sure to press that sub button, turn on notifications. It's free.
Cause a smartphone or electronic device to become completely unable to function, typically on a permanent basis. Well, it may not be permanent, but my computer basically got bricked. Freaking bricked. Just playing Roblox Murder Mystery and then brick.
It was a pretty big file, but, you know, once you committed to downloading it, it was basically a guaranteed way to get an A, and it was how, like, I got my good grades.
Oh my god.
Look at me, I'm so stupid, there's no way I could manage to get any of my classwork done, so I have to use this program to do it, and he starts really buying into it and, like, begging me to send it to him, because he needs all the help he can get.
Oh my god, is it a virus?
I'll do anything, please just send me this program. Keep in mind, it's not real. I'm just completely making it up. Because I knew that he had really, really, really bad internet. Like, it would take him hours to install a 5GB update, right? Remember to install anything. So I just started...
I see where this is going.
Putting, like, every video file, every game file I have
Kinda.
into this RAR file. And I name it, like, school hacking program, whatever. And it ends up being, like, a 25GB file, which is... It's a big file, you know? I was able to upload it in, like, 20 minutes on my internet, but keep in mind, it would take him hours to install or download this file. Like, I knew it was going to take days to download this 25 file, and there's nothing in it. So I upload the RAR and I send
There's nothing in it.
It's big, but trust me, it's worth it. Keep in mind, it's just full of like videos and game files. Like there's nothing involving school at all. There's literally nothing that he can use to get a better grade, dude. I send it to him and he's downloading it, and you know his internet is terrible, and I guess like it shuts off and comes back a bunch, and every time it would shut off, it would make him restart the download, and he's like, "Thank you so much. You have no idea how much of a lifesaver you are. Thank you, thank you, thank you." And he spends the next 4 days downloading his RAR file. Keep in mind, he's downloading things because his internet is so bad. He can't play any games. He can't.
Oh my god. It took me that much time to download Call of Duty.
Slowly download, and there's nothing in it.
And it's like 80 gig. I have 6 gig left.
Sauce to getting an A in every class ever, and all he's really about to get is trolled, you know, because I've just convinced him that this file is going to solve all his problems, but it's going to do literally nothing for him. And he's sending me messages the whole time, being like, "Oh, I'm so excited, I'm going to get all these A's." For 4 days downloading his file, he's telling me that he's like telling his teachers to F off because he knows that he's going to get an A after he gets
Oh no.
need them to like him anyways. So he is running around burning bridges with all of his teachers, thinking that he's going to get this magic program to give him A's. And the program's just not real. Like, he's downloading literally nothing. But I'm not saying anything because at this point, dude, you've tried to, you know, you've literally stolen my thing. But on top of that, now you like tried to manipulate me by fake apologizing just so I'll help you get an A. All this stuff. I just don't like this, dude. I don't feel bad at all. Genuinely. No remorse for any of this. So finally, after 4 days of it downloading, bro, I know he's downloaded the file because I just started getting this tirade of angry messages being like, "How could you betray me? Are you kidding me? Like, what is this? You promised this was going to help me get my grade up. Like, do you have any idea what I did? I told all my teachers to, you know, F off." And it down like all these angry messages, and finally the one that says, "How could I betray?"
That's like the #1 rule. Never ever celebrate your victory until it's been confirmed. Like basically, it's basically like, you know, don't tell your teachers to F off unless you know you 100% got the good grades. Like that, yeah. There's no way you cannot be that dumb. That's like killing like 999 guys, then the last dude comes out and kills you. Don't celebrate your... He celebrated too soon.
Me betray you, dude. Like, you stole $250 from me, and you think I owed you loyalty. Like, you think somehow I still owed you. The delusion you have to have in your head. So, whatever. I'm getting all these angry messages telling me that I suck, I'm a jerk, blah, 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 blah. I didn't owe you anything. Like, in my opinion, this is some pretty harmless revenge. All I did was make you waste your time. I didn't tell you to go tell your teachers that they were stupid. You did that on your own. Like, you know, if you did that, hey, man, that was a really bad idea. You shouldn't have done that. But it's not like I said, "Yeah, man, go tell all your teachers that they're idiots. That'll definitely work out." Like, I didn't tell you to do anything. So I just remind him that he stole from me, and he's the one that started this all. And he's just raging me, like calling me every name in the book. And finally, he just blocks me again, right? And I'm like, "Okay, dude, you can block me again. I don't care." So he ends up blocking me, and like the next day I come to school and everybody's kind of asking me what happened. I'm like, "What do you mean?" And they start telling me that, you know, he had kind of told everybody what happened, and I'm like, "Yeah." So I explained in further detail what happened, and everybody was like, "That's pretty funny." Nobody was mad. Everybody was gonna think I'm a jerk, but
That is funny. Imagine that tablet 25 gig. I mean, if you're a video game, that's a lot of space.
Money from people if they're helping you pass your classes, like, I don't know, maybe you should have seen that coming. It's almost like stealing from people who help you and don't do anything but, like, you know, put you ahead in classes is a really bad idea. Genuinely, it's just not the right way to do things. Oh my gosh, who could have ever seen that coming? I hope you guys don't think I'm, like, too petty, you know. If you guys don't like me anymore after this video, YOLO. I don't regret it, genuinely. It was just pretty funny. Anyways, guys, I think that's gonna do it for the video. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, I would really appreciate
I did enjoy that.
commenting down below.
Bruh.
Tell me the story of the time you ever got revenge on somebody, if you ever have, in the comment section. I'd love to see it. And other than that, if you don't have a story, just comment the word potato down below. It helps the video do better. And
yeah, I'm just gonna comment tomato.
Notifications, all that good stuff. And if you want more content, I do have a podcast called The Scuffed Cast. A link is in the description. And other than that, I also got to show you guys something very cool. Okay, you guys are gonna be absolutely mind blown.
Tomato. I commented tomato. I defy retribution.
Have you ever seen anything crazy or wow? If you put this on a shirt and got
Crazy gangster embarrasses himself. Oh, I'm in for a treat. Hey, look, guys, a video that gives my grandma epilepsy. Blink, red, blink, red, blink. Oh, wait, it's finally not doing it. I don't really... I'm not too much of a fan of Mr. Beast anymore. Like, he's the person I would... I feel like he's the person I would say, oh, hello. I'll laugh at if, you know, a homeless man take your hand off the Lamborghini and wins it challenge. I get really I don't really enjoy him anymore. I'm worried that one day. Okay. I have a question. What is the YouTube algorithm? You know what? I really could be the person maybe like on TikTok exploiting it for views or like saying, oh, 3 AM videos, haha, look, I called Thanos, I finally know how to change my thing, and I now know how to change myself from having a monotone voice all the time like Penguin Z0. But like, I don't get it. I can literally, like, I can tear down I can tear a freaking shelter down with a backhoe and get like 10 views. I don't know, if you viewed that video, thank you, you're cool. But then if somebody like says, oh my god, 3 AM, my sister's new challenge, blah blah blah, Thanos came here and stole my girl, lol. Infinity Stones are real. Smiley face mustache. Like, how does that get views? I'm not gonna be salty. For example, like, you know, the people like Scrubby or wow, that's just sad. I cannot think of any other good YouTubers like oh, Dan TDM. There's a lot of good YouTubers. I can't name them. The people that like stretch their videos to 10 minutes. To get mid-roll ads. Mid-roll ads, I hate them. Now, that's a problem. Like, I've almost thought about increasing the contrast in my videos, because if you do that, it makes the video more bright and colorful. Because look at any Apex Funny video thing, and if you compare it, it's going, or any Fallout 4 video thumbnail, you're going to notice that there's a lot of contrast put into the video. That's to make it colorful. And I have no shame against that. To be honest, I kind of like it. I think my videos look a little bit dull, and they need a little bit color splashed onto them. And I've considered making that change of adding more contrast to the video. No. Now, I'm not going to promise that I'm going to have, like, no ads, because I want money. I want to try to steer away from mid-roll ads, because maybe I, might, do, one video, every 3 months as mid-roll ads. Because, remember, I have to pay things like taxes. And I hope I can get so rich one day I can sink my money into solar panels.
This story, I guess, doesn't really take place at school. It takes place at the skate park, but, you know, that's where, the best stuff happens. I did go to school with this kid, though, so I'm pretty sure that counts, but regardless, without further ado, let's get into the video. So I've told a lot of stories about skating for the most part, and like the skate park that I went to is pretty cool. The way skate parks work though, like there's definitely some characters that come and go. It's just the nature of the beast. And some people that come, like the weirdest people that go to skate parks, aren't even the people that skate. They're like the people that just come to hang out at the skate park. And there was this kid that I went to school with, and for the purpose of this video, I'm gonna give him a really weird name. We're gonna name him like Henry. Not that Henry's like a weird name. I just feel like I've never used the name Henry in a video, so it feels weird to say it. And Henry didn't really skate. I'm not sure why he would come to the skate park like every other couple days. You know, he would just come if he had nothing going on after school, guess, and just hang out. And he was like a weird kid. Henry was a little bit bizarre. I don't know if this was just something that, you know, like he just thought made him look cool, or if he just didn't care that we all knew he was full of it. But he was just one of those kids that would be like, yeah, you know, I'm kind of a bit of a hustler myself. My dad actually owns Microsoft. Like, he was one of those kids, and he didn't even skate, so we weren't sure why he would come to the skate park. And whenever he would come, he would just, like, come to the skate park and just talk to everybody about how cool he was and how, like, he would skate, but his dad says he's not allowed to because his dad owns, like, some crazy company. I don't really know what that has to do with anything, dude. Like, could you imagine? Well, son, you can't skate because I own a company. Like, I'm pretty sure that's not how that works, but whatever. Henry was a little bit of a character, and as much as he would be annoying and, like, complain about people, or complain about, you know, his dad having a company and not letting him skate, or, like, make no sense at whatsoever, the one thing that everybody loved about Henry at the skate park is this kid would do literally anything. Like, he did not care at all. He had no conscience, he had no morals. If you told him to do something, he would do it. Like, I'm not even kidding. I have seen this man eat a cockroach. I've seen him lick a rat, all at the skate park. I don't know why our skate park was so gross now that I think about it. That doesn't seem too healthy, but, like, whatever, he would do it. He did not care. And the weirdest thing is, like, there was nothing wrong with him, you know? It's not like he was just a weird kid that couldn't say no. He was perfectly normal, except for the fact that, like, he just didn't say no to anything. So, whatever. One week, I ended up spraining my ankle, so I didn't go to the skate park for, like, a week because, you know, when you're spraining your ankle, like, it's not cool to just go sit there and sweat for no reason. I'm not Henry, alright? I'm not weird. So, I'm gone for a week, and when I get back, everybody's like, yo, Ryan, dude, Henry got arrested. And I'm like, well, hold on, what? Henry got arrested? How? And they're like, yeah, he tried to rob somebody as a dare. And immediately
What?
I know that, like, I need to hear this story, okay? Because it escalated pretty quickly. I'm just saying, like, armed robbery from cockroach eating is just kind of up there. So I'm like, let me hear this story. So I guess while I was gone, there had been, like, an ice cream truck that had been constantly coming. And ice cream trucks stopped coming to this skate park a while ago because they were getting robbed, which, I mean, obviously, kind of a smart reason, but whatever. I guess it had, like, started to come back because it hadn't been robbed, like, in 6 months or whatever. And everybody was skating, and everybody was being cool with it because it's Las Vegas, and it's hot as hell during the summer. It's, like, 120 degrees. So whenever the ice cream truck was near the skate park, people would be like, don't mess with it because we want it to stay here because it's just helpful when you're skating. However, though, like, some kids didn't want to rob anything, but there were some kids at the skate park that definitely were into some hood rat activities, and I guess one day they decided that they were going to
Parrot!
the ice cream truck, and Henry happened to be, like, just chilling at the skate park, and they roped him into it and were like, will you help us rob the ice cream truck? And for whatever reason, instead of going, and he decided to, like, send it and just decided to, you know, YOLO, just help him out with this robbery, I guess. Because he lived near the skate park. Henry would walk, and I guess they were like, well, we need stuff to hide our face. So we could go to your house, like, get disguises. So obviously he says yes to this, which is just not a good idea. For anybody watching this that needs some tips, just don't say yes when people ask you to commit crimes. As a general rule of thumb, you should just not commit crimes. So
That's what's
apparently
called
this gang
undercover police
decides to, like, rob
officers.
this ice cream truck, right? So they go to his house to get disguises, and I don't know, like, what their thought process is, but they decide that they're going to wear pantyhose on their head.
Oh my god. As weird as it is to admit, I have actually worn pantyhose on my head. I have an explanation for that. Is that, well, apparently my sister at work, did this challenge to see in 10 minutes if they could stuff these pantyhose with balloons and to make deer antlers. So I think my sister won and brought hers home, and I wore it. I'm like, what the heck is this? And then she said, like, I made him wear pantyhose on my head. I'm like, what the hell did you just do? I don't know.
I mean, I guess I've seen people use this disguises like in TV shows before, but there's only one very large problem with wearing pantyhose over your head to have a disguise. It's the fact that that shit is see-through, dude. Like, that is the worst possible thing that you could ever wear.
Yeah, because when fabric actually stretches out so much, you can see through it. Same with my PJs, my PJ shirts.
This is basically what they look like. I'm gonna let you guys process this for a moment. Okay, I just want you to sit there and just observe, look into this man's eyes, and then I want you to answer this very simple question. You ready? You ready? What type of stupid disguise was this? It didn't even attempt to cover your disguise, Henry. I could have told you would have gotten caught from 17 miles away because I could have identified you because it doesn't even cover your face. What the hell? And the worst part is, it was a group of them too. So they all looked at each other and went, nah, this is gonna work. Like, at least if you're doing it alone, you know, you don't get a good look at yourself in the mirror, whatever. But if you and the boys decide that your disguise is good enough and it looks like this, you deserve to get arrested. I'm just saying, if you're gonna put in the effort of committing the crime, the least you could do is, like, try not to get caught, okay? But whatever, I guess they came back with the pantyhose on their head and decided to, like, you know, try to rob the ice cream truck. But here's the worst part. They ended up getting caught for, like, attempted robbery, and they didn't even get any money because they had, like, a knife or whatever when they were trying to take over this ice cream truck. And the ice cream truck person inside, these kids didn't think of a way to get in the car. They just threatened them from outside, so the ice cream truck driver just drove away and called the police because kids were trying to rob him at the skate park. The police showed up, and are you ready for this? Ladies and gentlemen, the piece de resistance on top of this absolute mountain of stupidity, these idiotic kids that were just not trying to get away with it at all, they stayed at the skate park after it drove away. They just thought that they would try to rob this ice cream truck with pantyhose.
I'm not saying, I'm not condoning of any criminal activity, but that's basic. If someone calls the cops, you need to get out.
So the cops pull up, like, looking for these kids on skateboards that tried to rob an ice cream truck with descriptions of the clothes they're wearing, and sure enough, the exact same people are right there. So, whatever, somehow these kids just get the dumbest plan of all time. But, like, to make matters even worse, right? So, I start skating again, and, like, whatever, I don't see Henry for months, maybe, outside of, like, at school, and even then, it's not very often. It's, like, in the hallway. I didn't see him for a couple weeks, too, when he was, like, first in trouble. And, basically what starts happening is, like, eventually he starts coming back to the skate park and bragging about it, talking about how, like, they just straight up didn't care, dude. Like, they were just straight up after that bread. They didn't care, bro. And it's, you know, I mean, I get it. Like, you're trying to make yourself look cool. But I feel like not caring about getting hit with a robbery charge does not give off the vibe you want, you know? Like,
Yeah, guys, I'm cool. I robbed an ice cream truck. Like, bro, you bragging because you robbed an ice cream truck. Not a bank, not a gas station, a goddamn ice cream truck.
$6 in, like, quarters, maybe, if you get a good haul. Like, I just feel like it's a weird thing to flex. I've actually never understood flexing crimes, especially if they're ones that you, like...
Yeah, guys, look at me. I stole all this money. Waves a few $100 grand. I am at coordinates displayed here. My IP address is IP address displayed here. And I stole this money. Gets arrested 3 minutes later.
Like making SoundCloud rap about how he was a gangster, you know? Which, I mean, failing to rob an ice cream truck does not make you gangster, dude. Like, he really got busted not even getting away with stealing from an ice cream truck and thought he was a gangster out here. Like, yeah, I'm Al Capone. No, dude, you're Carl Weezer trying to rob an ice cream truck because you're diabetic and need insulin, dude. Like, you're not a gangster. And he would rap about how, you know, he grew up on these streets and, like, I know where you live. You did not grow up on the streets, man. Your mom is like a dental hygienist. Stop acting like
oh, that's a... That job pays, I think.
Like, that was the But yeah, on that note, guys, hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to press the like button. Let me know in the comment section down below what you thought, all that good stuff. Check out the merch. I'm sorry for not uploading yesterday, and I'm sorry that this story is short. I'm just like, I'm in a good mood. I'm talking really fast. I'm sorry. But if you could press the like button, I would really appreciate it. And
The world's greatest Nerf war.
hey, Jax, you're supposed to get up first. Come on. I got it, Bill. It's Pink Apron Day. Come a little closer, CJ. Hey, CJ, it's Pink Apron Day. I know how you feel. These people that you love, Tracy and Vanessa, are hurting.
Strange.
What's going on, guys? It's your boy Scrubby here, back again with another video. Hope you guys are having a great day.
Oh God, I just want to say everyone needs to buy a guinea pig. The most underrated and like rodents. I'm not trying to be the crazy dude here, but I think rodents are cute. Little eyes and a little fur. They're so cute.
No joke, no scam. You will actually be conscripted into the North Korean army by Kim Jong-un and kidnapped from your family. Anyways, guys, as I was saying, it's been a while since I've made like a long story time for sure, and I don't really know if a lot of people are gonna find this story interesting, but it was a really fun time from my childhood, and it's a long story, so I figured right now, when I'm not going to be able to look at how bad it's doing anyways, I'd upload it and just hope for the best, straight YOLO mode. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into the story of the most epic Nerf war to ever exist in the history of Nerf wars. Hey, I've been thinking about you. All the things that we could do. If you let it slide through. Anyways, guys, back in the day, we took Nerf wars pretty seriously. When I was like 10 years old, me and some of my best friends that I'd known for most of my life, like, seriously convinced ourselves that we had a Nerf army. We had ranks and stuff. We would like practice in the backyard, like what we would do in a Nerf war situation. We took that pretty seriously, which obviously is super cringe in retrospect. But at the time, like, pretending, you know, you're this renegade band of people with Nerf guns.
I take Nerf guns seriously.
We had actually just all watched the movie Red Dawn together, and like
I really take this. This is my gun. This gun basically takes up the camera. It's Russian in real life. I mean, you can kind of use this gun as a rifle almost.
There was the big backyard. He had a bunch of Nerf guns, and you can bring your own. So, like, you never have to worry about running out of bullets or anything like that. All the stuff that sucks about Nerf wars, you know? Everybody has had that one, like, friend who only has, like, 12 Nerf bullets, and he wants to have a Nerf war, and half the Nerf war is spent reloading. Okay, that's not what we're about here, alright? Me and my boys go hard in the Nerf department, so we were all hanging out at his house having ourselves a good time, and he had this neighborhood kid that he really didn't get along with too well. They had gotten in a couple of fights, you know, just childhood stuff, just some rough and tumble fighting. And one of these neighbor kids, he was like pretty close. We could hear them in the backyard, and we could hear some stuff that sounded like a Nerf war. So my friend, you know, is like, I'm gonna go see. So he goes over and checks, and sure enough, they are having a Nerf war with the equal amount of people that we have. So obviously, because this guy has beef with this kid, you know, he's like, look, my squad versus your squad, Nerf war, alright? All weekend. Because, you know, back in the day when you're like 10, 11, you just would spend the night all weekend. You would go
I love Nerf guns like
whoever's
so.
friend's house you guys ended up at first, you would basically just be there all weekend. That's what we would do all the time. We would always do this. So he's like, your boys are staying here all weekend, mine are here all weekend. We're having a Nerf war till the very bitter end. Do you understand? And they're like, yes, screw you guys. You know, we're all trash talking, taking Nerf wars very seriously. Obviously, in retrospect,
I got two of them.
Nerf wars don't mean anything, but when you're a little kid, okay,
This one's called Dis. This one's called Troy. When you put them together, they destroy. Watch this. Ow.
low-key might have been cheating, but whatever. War has no rules, you know? War is hell. Like, that's what the saying is, okay? Even Nerf wars are like that. So, we have our little army. We're moving all this stuff into the tent, you know? His mom comes in the backyard and is like, what's going on? And we tell her very seriously. Her name was Barb. And we're like, Barb, listen, we're going to war, okay? Stop asking questions. Get back inside, all right? Like, it's not safe out here. There could be sniper fire at any moment. You know how the current snipers are. They've gotten way more accurate. So, we might want to go inside. Like, we were not playing games. So, we built our fort, and basically, they were like one house over on the back wall. So, to go around to the front of the house and talk to them, you have to, like, walk around and then go to the front of the house on the other side of the street. You know what I mean? But the back wall was only, like, 6 feet tall on both sides. So, we could, like, jump up and see over the wall. So we are like serious, dude. We are like, all right, we got our army. So our like leader, the kid whose house it is, goes over and talks to the kid. And he basically is like, look, we have 2 hours of peace to get ready. So, you know, we're like getting ready, and we have to train these little kids. And these little kids, by the way, are like 7, maybe. Most of them are probably 6. Like, they're little kids, dude. And we, this is so funny. I don't know what we decided to do, but I guess we were like, all right, so we've seen war movies. What do soldiers do to get ready for war? And we're like, okay. They do push-ups with all their gear on to prove how tough they are. So we give these kids like backpacks full of dirt bullets, which probably did not weigh a lot. But we were like, oh yeah, this is what they'll have to carry into battle. And we start making these like 6 and 7-year-old kids do push-ups. And we're like, don't stop, okay? Like, you have to get tough for the war, you know? This will make you tough. Not understanding that, you know, you have to do push-ups for like more than 20 minutes to get super ripped. So like we're making these little kids do push-ups, and they're like, oh, this kind of sucks. We're like, well, if you don't, you know, then you're not going to be good in battle. So whatever, that's up to you. If you want to be a pathetic weenie on the battlefield, then by all means go for it. But if not, keep doing push-ups. So like, we're definitely violating child labor laws before combat has even begun, okay? So like, we're training these kids, and basically the rules that we had agreed upon for the Nerf war is once you've been hit with a Nerf bullet, you're out. Like, that's it, you're done, you have to go inside, you're not allowed to play anymore. And whichever group has the people around the longest wins. So like, we're teaching people how to, you know, dodge Nerf bullets and stuff, all that good stuff. And obviously, we're like teaching these little kids how to fight, or how to aim and stuff, but like, you can't even aim Nerf guns, it's ridiculous. We were definitely hyping ourselves up.
I'm admit, Nerf guns have really bad iron sights.
Sick army, we're good. So after all this training and building our fort and stuff, we are ready to go. So the 2 hours is up, the like timer that we had goes off, and we start getting ready to be attacked at any moment, dude. We're like getting all cautious, you know, it's dead silent, everybody is on edge, you know, like little kids are scared. One of the little kids seriously started crying. He's like, I'm scared, you know. We were like, man up, you know. We were so
Oh wait,
kids, dude. I feel so bad for them.
this is not the stairwell. This is the stairwell.
2 minutes of nothing happening after, you know, we were supposed to like start fighting. One of our friends who has like this Nerf sniper rifle is like, I'm gonna climb into the tree. And there's not very big trees where we live, but like my friend, for whatever reason, had the only pine tree I have ever seen in someone's backyard here. Like, literally, you do not see pine trees very often in Las Vegas. I mean, obviously some of them exist, but like, none of my other friends had any in their backyard. So my friend, with this Nerf sniper rifle on his back in a sling, like, climbs up this pine tree haphazardly, because none of us know how to climb trees. Kids in Las Vegas never learn how to climb trees. It's not in our repertoire, okay? Like, you know, catching snakes, I can do that all day, but climbing trees, out of my repertoire, alright? I'm not a spider monkey. I hate to break it to everyone. So the person who climbed the tree happened to be the friend who also, like, owned the house, because, you know, he was the only person that had ever learned to climb a tree. So, like, he climbs up in the tree, and he pulls out his little, like, Nerf scope and is looking around, which, in retrospect, is even funnier, dude, because we honestly were like, oh, he's scanning the area. But those Nerf scopes don't magnify anything. Like, you're literally just looking through a plastic tube for no reason, dude. We just wanted to feel cool. So, he's looking through a plastic tube for no reason, and he is like, you know, signaling to us with his hand stuff that we were pretending that we understood, that, like, we definitely didn't communicate, you know? Like, he's doing bird signals with his hands, and we're like, oh yeah, 2 of them underneath the canopy for sure. That's what that one.
No, really.
I don't even know what a canopy is, man. Like, we were just...
True, man.
We were figuring out what these hand signals meant. We had never practiced them before.
No magnification.
When you were in a super cool Nerf war, everybody just...
Yeah, if this was magnified, I wouldn't have it on this pistol.
We're all dead silent in the tree, dude. But as he's up there tree and starts screaming, "Oh my God, what are you doing in the tree? You're gonna fall," because like he's pretty high up in this tree. So obviously the other team, who's like bases over, realizes that someone's in the tree because there's a shrieking middle-aged woman like freaking out that her kid has somehow gotten up into a tree with a Nerf gun on his back. So they start shooting back, and he's like trying to climb down the tree as fast as he can. And he like finally gets down, and as he's hopping off the tree to like get back onto the ground, dude, a Nerf bullet like comes out of nowhere and like hits him in the shoulder, and he dramatically basketball flops to the ground, and he's like, "I'm hit, I'm hit." So, like, dude, we all run over to him. You know, we had this one friend who dead, like, oh, I almost said a naughty word that was gonna get me demonetized, who seriously had a first aid kit on him, and he like breaks it out, you know, busts out a band-aid and puts it on his shoulder. He's like, "You think you're gonna make it?" He's like, "Yeah."
Oh my God, I wish this happened with my childhood. Like, come on, man. There's no one around that like have a Nerf gun.
Take you out of combat. And I guess actually getting shot in the shoulder definitely takes you out of combat. But whatever, Nerf war rules are different. Who cares? I was a little kid. So whatever, we patch him up, and the rule is that you have to go inside for 30 minutes if you get like wounded. So he goes inside, and his mom is like lecturing him about how stupid he was to be in the tree, and like, look how he fell when he got to the bottom. He's like, "Mom, I got shot. Like, that's why I fell," obviously. As if a Nerf bullet is enough to like actually knock you off a tree. You know, he probably barely even felt it. So we are like, leader is gone now, and we're all like, "Oh my God, what are we gonna do?" You know, and obviously knowing that they've like taken somebody out, they launched an attack. And I'm not even kidding you, dude. It was terrifying. You know, like in medieval times when you would just hear a battle horn, and then the ladders would start popping up on the castle, and people start climbing up. A ladder comes up on the wall, dude, and people, like, the other team is, like, climbing over the wall, so all the little privates are, like, freaking out, all the little kids are freaking out, and just, like shooting their Nerf bullets everywhere, missing, you know, just like, crazy. So the big kids come over the wall and drop and, like, just start shooting their Nerf bullets, so all the little kids are getting massacred, man. It honestly felt like that scene in Episode 3 of Star Wars when Anakin goes back to visit the Jedi.
Why?
That's honestly what goes down. The little kids just get absolutely massacred, dude. They stood no chance. Our training was awful. Maybe they would have had more of a chance if they weren't so sore from the like 200 push-ups we had made them do earlier, which definitely did not help make them better for battle, okay? Like, if we're being honest, that might have been a slight oversight in my management abilities, okay? Maybe exhausting the troops was not good. So, like, half of our troops just got decimated, dude, and we are hiding in our tent now. And basically, like, they are just outside taunting us, you know. They have 25 minutes left until our other guy comes back, and so they kind of know that they've got us outnumbered because, surprisingly, the 7-year-olds didn't do much. Like, it didn't slow them down at all, alright? They were kind of useless, I'm not gonna lie. Might have been our fault. So we're, like, hiding in our tent, and they're taunting us, you know, and just shooting all these Nerf bullets in, and, like, sheets don't actually make the best bulletproof material, surprisingly. So they eventually just like pull the sheets off, and now it's them like all looking at us. And the only thing that we had done other than the sheets is we had put all these empty plastic coolers inside to like give us some cover inside and have stuff to sit on and keep drinks cool. Because, you know, in the Las Vegas summer, it's pretty hot, so you need ice and water to make sure you don't get heat stroke while you're having your Nerf war. Typical things that happen. So we're behind these coolers, and most of them are empty, and they had this Nerf gun at the time that was like, I guess a little bit older, but still relatively new, called the Vulcan. And I'm not even kidding you. When I describe this Nerf gun to you, it was probably like 20 pounds because it took 6D batteries, or it felt like 20 pounds to a little kid. And it really had a belt-fed machine gun. Like, you would load a belt into it with 100 Nerf bullets, and it would chain gun it out. And they had 2 of them. And they were just blapping these things. And because... So we're behind these cool... Now it's them, like, all looking at us. And the only thing that we had done other than the sheets is we had put all these empty plastic coolers inside to, like, give us some cover inside and have stuff to sit on and keep drinks cool. Because, you know, in the Las Vegas summer, it's pretty hot, so you need ice and water to make sure you don't get heat stroke while you're having your Nerf war. Typical things that happen. So we're behind these coolers, and most of them are empty, and they had this Nerf gun at the time that was like, I guess a little bit older, but still relatively new, called the Vulcan. And I'm not even kidding you. When I describe this Nerf gun,
The Vulcan.
it was probably like 20 pounds because it took 6D batteries, or it felt like 20 pounds to a little kid. and it really had a belt-fed machine gun.
Holy God!
Load a belt into it with 100 Nerf bullets, and it would chain gun it out. And they had
two of them.
These things, and because the coolers are empty, all you hear was like boom, 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 and it sounds like we're under fire. And because we, we're not really prepared, like we knew it was coming, but not super well. All of us only have like one gun each with like 35 darts in it for our Nerf war. So we're shooting back. But
that's a good ammo capacity. My biggest is 30.
They run out. We could shoot back for a bit, but they had also brought over this backpack just full of the chains to load it up. So we are
full of the chains.
Honestly,
there's so many.
I was ready to lose. I was prepared to lose because all these chain guns are shooting at us. It's loud, it's noisy, and I'm like, wow, maybe this entire like war thing is not as much fun as I thought it was gonna be. So I decided this moment that I'm gonna be the hero. Okay, I'm gonna bail my friends out of this situation. Our soldiers might be gone, all right, but it's up to me to make this happen. So I'm like, guys, I'm gonna make a break for it. And they're like, no, don't, Ryan, don't, seriously, don't. And I'm like, I'm gonna do it to save us all. They're like, no. And I go to like dive out and start shooting back with my Nerf gun, and my friend like grabbed my leg and pulls me down. He's like, eventually they're gonna run out of bullets. They're shooting too much. Don't be a hero. And I'm like, but I think I can stop them. And they're like, listen, if you go out there, you're gonna get shot. It's gonna happen. And I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. All right, yeah, good point. So I keep hiding, my brain leaves, and I realize how stupid
I have a Trilogy DS-15. That'd be a good one because it has a shotgun. It has a good range. Shoots 3 darts at once. Or a Percy's MX-5000, which is basically a 12 round per second Nerf rifle gun.
Eventually they run out because Nerf guns don't shoot forever. So they go back over the wall, and we're like, oh my god. So all of my friend's little brothers are out, and after a little bit, he comes back, and he sees that like most of our tent is destroyed. We're hiding behind the coolers. There's Nerf bullets all over the floor, and he's like, what happened? And so we tell him, and he's like, you guys didn't fight back, and starts insulting us. And listen, man, after watching a bunch of Jedi younglings get massacred in this Nerf war, alright, the last thing I was about to do was go run in front of a bunch of bullets. Even though that was definitely what I was about to do before I got stopped. Like, I don't understand why he's mad at us.
There's one Nerf rifle machine gun I might get when I have enough money. Yeah, I can get it, but like I might get it when I have a YouTube money. Or if I don't want any more guns. Like real life guns. It's this rifle machine gun, and it has a 200 round capacity.
It was actually a bunch of fun because, like, we were all talking about, oh yeah, next time we get them in the Nerf war, we're like grilling weenies. I can't even say the word weenies, dude. What is this? So we like make this dinner and we have a good time. So we decide that we are going to raid them in the middle of the night because they were also sleeping in their backyard. So nobody attacks each other all night. Everybody's like standing guard and whatnot. And probably about 3 in the morning, we decide that we're gonna go attack them now. Like it's our turn to launch a surprise attack while they're sleeping. Blop, 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 take them out. Everybody, understands that the war is over and we've won. Win in the middle of the night. That's the ultimate strategy, sneak attack. We're going to try to go ahead and Pearl Harbor my friend's neighbors because that's what's up. So we like climb over this little wall. We're all boosting each other over. We use this little table that they had for like their patio furniture to jump over the wall. And we start like creeping up on this tent that they had. And they didn't make their tent out of like sheets and stuff. They actually like just got a camping tent. So we're like quietly unzipping this camping tent, right? And as we're quietly unzipping the tent, it opens, and sure enough, everybody is there sleeping, but there's only 4 of them. So like, we shoot all 4 of them, and they wake up, and we're like, well, all of you guys are out, okay? You are all out. Get out, you're done. Congrats, the war is over. Like, all 4 of you are done. So we're feeling pretty gangster, and that's when we hear it, dude. So the one thing about that Nerf chain gun I was telling you earlier is that it was loud as hell, and it took a little bit to get going. So we hear the noise, and I'm like,
Charged. That's why.
Sure enough, the Nerf bullets start flying, and like,
That's what I refer to as Nerf gun charge time. The time it takes for an electric Nerf gun to fully charge up. When a Nerf gun is fully charged up, it can fire at its full capacity. For example, my MXIX has a really fast charge up, about like half a second. When it when it's fully charged, when it doesn't go, it goes, like the sound doesn't change or barely ever changes. See? Like it's fully charged up. Look at this. Oops. I have these like lights hanging up, and I think I might have accidentally shot attack and loosened it, and part of the lights fell off. Oops. Oops, I'm an idiot.
Like, whatever, we're being all dramatic and stupid, and me and my friend are like, get down, so we start running across the lawn, and I guess for whatever reason, at night in Nevada during the summer, they water the lawns at night, so we're running across this big lawn, right, and the sprinklers turn on, and so, like, we're getting soaking wet running across the lawn, there's Nerf bullets zipping past my head, and finally, I, like, dive behind this bush, but I've been running and, like, diving and slipping and sliding on wet grass now to get across here, so my leg is like itchy as hell. You know that itch you get when you touch grass that's just, especially like wet grass, that is just itchy and uncomfortable. And I like have my Nerf gun in my hand and it's all wet. And when I dove behind the bush, there was rocks, so I cut my knee and I'm like, dude, all of this for a Nerf war is just not worth it. So I hear the dude coming with like his, you know, ginormous chain gun, and I like sneak around the bush and just start shooting my Nerf gun. I'm not really aiming, it's dark, I'm in pain, I'm itchy, like I'm just kind of shooting it. And he turns and just starts shooting it in my direction, and sure enough, I get hit. I'm like, oh, I'm out, and I like walk out from the bush and walk over to everybody else. And now it's just these two kids that don't like each other in. And honestly, I'm not even that mad that I got out. Like I said, the only thought I had while sitting behind that bush was like, this is a lot of pain to be in for a Nerf war. Like, I did not think it was very worth it. So I'm out, whatever. I go over there and I'm standing there, and we're kind of talking to this guy's friends, and we're realizing that all of us get along pretty well. The only people that really have beef are the two people that are left. So they're like shooting back and forth at each other, screaming insults. Keep in mind, it's the middle of the night, and you know, we were all caught up in the adrenaline rush, I think, of like being in the fight and whatnot, because you know, we're dumb kids. And the war never actually had an ending because the kids' parents wake up and are like, what the hell is going on? Why are there kids screaming in the backyard shooting each other with Nerf guns? So they come out and are like, what's going on? We have to explain what's up and like what's happening. They actually look at me and like my leg is low-key gushing blood because it's all wet, so like the blood can't clot right. So they take me into their house and like band-aid up my knee and stuff. They call my friend's parents. They come over. We're all talking about it because obviously they're like, you know, are you guys fighting? Like, is this a gang thing? And we're like, no, this is not a gang thing. I don't know why that's everybody's first thought. Like, whenever kids have any disagreement as a group, it's like, are you guys in a gang? It's like, no, we're not in a gang. Why? What? But yeah, it was a very eventful Nerf war, dude. It basically lasted almost at least 2 days because it was in the middle of the night. It was past midnight, so it lasted 2 days. It was a very fun Nerf war, other than the fact that I like cut my knee really bad and got a couple rocks stuck in it that I had to get pulled out with tweezers. That was not fun, but I mean, that's life sometimes. Sometimes you gotta get hurt.
I'm gonna
For good
stop
stories.
streaming.
Yeah. On that note, guys.
Thanks for watching.